What's going on, guys, GRIEZMANN here and welcome to a brand new video. Welcome to your daily dose of transfer content. And today it is going to be Wednesday the 8th of July. We have confirmed deals to go through as well as the rumours. So just before we get started, if you could do our good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yes, this episode will be down below in the description box, and the current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time there will be a new video in your sub box. And today's question of the day, what club do you think Jadon Sancho will be playing for next season? So first up today we have got a confirmed deal in Ligue 1. That is that Stade Rennes have signed attacker Martin Terrier, and that is from Lyon for about 12 million euros. It also includes a further 3 million in bonuses, and the deal does include 15% sell-on percentage of any future sale. He signed a 5-year contract, and Get French Football News do claim that this will be one of the biggest bargains of this transfer window. Lyon don't have any European football for next season, so it could be a very similar theme throughout this window itself. They will be selling players and they might be selling them under their market value. Feyenoord have signed 29-year-old Brian Linson on a free transfer from Vitesse. The winger is signing a 3-year deal with the club and his contract recently expired. The next rumour comes from the Daily Times. They're saying that Chelsea boss Frank Lampard is eager to bring in West Ham midfielder Declan Rice. Lampard wants the England international to come into his starting 11, but not play in the midfield. He wants him to play centre-back for next season. And this rumour is then linking the likes of Kurt Zouma away from Chelsea, as obviously if Rice is considered a centre-back, they may be looking to sell the likes of Zouma, and that could potentially fund the deal. And I could be wrong, but I believe Declan Rice did used to play for Chelsea's youth team a long time ago, and one of his best friends is Mason Mount. Arsenal are keen to offload Matteo Guendouzi this summer, and they're willing to offer him to clubs as part of a swap deal or a sale. And this story is from The Athletic, and they're basically saying that since that altercation with Neil Maupay, that was back on, was it June 20th, he's been training alone. It's where he grabbed him by the neck, and there are rumours saying he mentioned about how much he earns or something like that, and Arteta, he's not a massive fan of it, and he's kind of like stamping his approval or disapproval that if you have like anything like that on the pitch, you're not really going to have a future at Arsenal anymore. David Ornstein hasn't mentioned what club he could be going to, but Arsenal have been linked to Thomas Partey a lot as of late from Atletico Madrid, so quite possibly they may offer him to the Spanish side. Goal.com are saying that Spurs are working on a deal to sign Napoli striker Milik. The Polish international has been linked to a move away from Napoli, as I think his contract does expire next year. So because of that, they're looking to get a fee for him, and they already got a replacement lined up, which I'll talk about in just a moment. But this story does tie into one from the Daily Mail. They're saying that Spurs have informed Napoli they're willing to include Lucas Moura in a deal for Milik. So they may go for a straight swap deal rather than cash being involved. And to be fair, Lucas, he can have his moments where he's a very good player, but can also be a bit inconsistent. And those two previous stories then tie into this next one. So Le Temps Sport are saying that Inter have made an €80 million bid to sign Lille striker Victor Osimhen. Despite the offer though, Napoli remain in pole position to sign the 21-year-old forward. They're set to pay a very similar fee of about 80 million plus bonuses, and they're also trying to sign Gabriel, the centre-back. So Napoli, they've replaced Milik pretty much already, and they might be getting Lucas from Tottenham as part of that deal. And my guess is that if Inter were genuinely interested in Osimhen and had tabled an €80 million bid, it may tie into the fact that Lautaro Martinez may be leaving, though other outlets are saying he's set to sign a new deal. According to El Messaggero, Sandro Tonali is close to joining Inter and will arrive for a fee between 35 to 38 million, which is very, very low compared to what the Brescia president was asking for. He was quoting about 50 million euros. And it's a very, very good signing. He's a player of a lot of potential, and they've beaten the likes of Juventus to his signature. And yet another Inter story, this time from Gianluca Damasio, is that Inter are continuing their pursuit for AC Milan midfielder Franck Kessié. That is despite their derby rivals' reluctancy to sell to a team in the same city. They do say that Inter are still pushing for the deal, but AC Milan had declined the only approach made earlier this year. In regards to a fee, I'm not sure how much it would cost, but when he was into Wolves in January, it was about 25 to 30 million. Manchester City and Juventus have emerged as the front runners in the race to sign Wolves star Adama Traore, and this story is from ESPN. Both clubs are prepared to move for the 24-year-old if Nuno Espirito Santo's side miss out on the Champions League qualification. Barcelona had also been linked with a former academy prospect, but they are unlikely to launch a formal bid this summer. I mentioned yesterday how I think he'll cost about 50 million in this current market, and he'd be great for whatever team he signs for. And quite possibly he may be City's #1 choice to replace Leroy Sané. I know Sané does technically play on the left hand side, but Sterling can also play there, meaning that Adama can play on the right. The Independent are saying that Manchester United and Man City have expressed interest in two centre-backs, so Kalidou Koulibaly of Napoli and Milan Skriniar of Inter Milan. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Pep Guardiola are both in the market for reinforcements at centre-half. And with the Serie A stars having their future up in the air a little bit, Man City have been linked to Skriniar for a fair amount of time, by the way, and the same applies for Koulibaly and Manchester United. Koulibaly is set to cost upwards of 70 million and Skriniar a bit less at just over 50. CF Bayern, who works for Sport Bild, is saying that Inter Milan are interested in signing David Alaba from Bayern Munich, but the defender is said to be not interested in a move to the Italian side, and there are rumours saying he could be going to Spain or England instead. His future at Bayern, just like Thiago, seems to be coming to an end, and with the likes of Real Madrid, Barca, Man City, Chelsea, all those clubs are interested, he certainly won't be short of offers on the table. Yesterday I mentioned a story from AS about Neymar and a potential return to Barca. So today, according to AS again, they're saying that Barca are planning to include Antoine Griezmann and Ousmane Dembele, that's in a bid to prize Neymar from Paris Saint-Germain. The Liga giants remain keen on taking the Brazilian forward back to the Camp Nou, with the two France internationals set to be offered to the Ligue 1 champions, that's in an effort to bring a long-running saga to a close. The rumours yesterday were saying about 170 million would get Neymar back to Barcelona, and I'd say that Griezmann and Dembele make up a lot of that 170 million. I do feel sorry for Griezmann because obviously at previous clubs he has played on the left wing, but that's not his strongest position. He's a striker, and he's basically been played out of position this whole season for Barcelona. Yet the other day when he played centrally, he played really well. Gazzetta dello Sport are reporting that Chelsea and Real Madrid have both stepped up their efforts to sign Lazio midfielder Sergei Milinkovic-Savic. That's as they try to beat both Manchester United and Paris Saint-Germain to the 25-year-old Serbian international. He is set to cost a very large fee because Lazio's valuation is back up to what it was 2 years ago at about 100 million. PSG have already had one bid rejected at about 60 million, so they're still some way off. Atletico Madrid and Juventus are both in active talks over the possible signing of Arsenal striker Alexandre Lacazette. Both would seek to include players in the exchange though as part of the deal, as they see Arsenal's valuation as a bit high. The 29-year-old has lost his first team spot to young English forward Eddie Nketiah in recent matches, and is reportedly considering his future away from the Emirates Stadium. In regards to rumours linking him to Atletico, they're not really anything too new because he has been linked there for a couple of years now. But as for Juventus, I'm not sure if their interest is genuine, but again, the report does say they are in active discussions. And the next story comes from Record in Portugal. They're saying Barcelona defender Jean-Claire Todibo is a subject of interest from Benfica. The Portuguese outfit are eager for the 20-year-old to come in and play centre-back at the club, and he was sent out on loan to Schalke in January, that's after falling down the pecking order at Barca in the first half of the season. He has also been linked to the likes of Everton and other Premier League sides, so my guess is that he won't be at Barcelona next season. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. My previous episode will be down below in the description box, and the current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time there will be a new update in your sub box. So thank you for watching this video, I'll see you next time.